Hey guys, Dan Anton here, and one of the things people always ask is how do I rank YouTube videos? And it's an extremely powerful way to drive more sales, more traffic to your videos, to your brand, to your website, and it just kind of flows through in that way. And especially if you're a local marketer and you're trying to do a lot of video marketing to um, to advertise your local business service, like a plumber or a HVAC, that kind of thing. But you can even go after some good phrases here for affiliate marketing. There's just lots of options, and I'm not going to get into all of them now. But right now, I just want to talk about the 5 steps that we use for video rankings, and it's been an extremely successful system that we're using. So I'm going to get right into it. Step one, we're going to look at selecting a keyword. Now, this really is preference. So depending on what you're going for, if you're going for a local industry such as city plus niche, like let's just say Orlando plumbers, you would not really need to do a whole lot of keyword research because you already know you're targeting for a city. Now you may want to do some more long tail involved in there. So instead of Orlando plumbers, it may be how do I, how to fix a pipe in Orlando. I don't know. It may be something like that, but chances are there's less competition for that kind of search, although less volume. So you need to weigh that. But I always start with going to the keyword planner and looking at search volume. So I'll get into that right now. So you just come over here to Google Keyword Planner, and you just type in the kind of the main keyword to start with that you're looking for. So I'm looking, I already know I'm going to select a video for YouTube SEO. I'm just going to start with that, and then I'm going to click Get Ideas. Now right off the bat, I can see that YouTube SEO itself has 880 monthly searches, which is not bad, and it's got a decent cost per click. So I already know that it's a very valuable keyword. And you can also go through and look at the other suggested keywords just to see if there's something else you want to look at, maybe optimizing for, maybe something else has more search volume. So this has a whole lot more search volume, obviously, but that's a pretty um, tough term to win, not to mention that it is it's not focused on video, which is what I'm trying to do with this particular keyword. Now you can also click over to Ad Group Ideas, and on Ad Group Ideas, you can scroll through and try to get some more ideas. So I'll click on YouTube SEO for Ad Group Ideas, and I'll look and see, kind of focusing on the search volume. And I don't see anything too crazy. 210, 210. Yeah, it's pretty much some low-hanging fruit. Now, there's no reason not to go after these terms. You can. It just means you're gonna have to put a little more work in to make a lot of different videos, or you can try to tie 2 or 3 keywords together for one video if it makes sense. But that's kind of where I'm at with it as far as doing the research. You want to look at the average monthly searches and look at the competition as well. If it looks too difficult, you know, you probably want to just back off. So this has medium competition, 880 monthly searches. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with this one, and we'll say that's the niche I'm gonna go for. So the next thing you want to do is after you pick your keyword trigger, you want to look and see if it actually comes up with a video search in Google if you type that phrase in. And what I mean by that is if you go to Google and you type in YouTube SEO, does it come with a video trigger? And yes, this one does trigger a video. All right, that's a good sign. Don't get discouraged if someone's already ranking there. That means that Google likes this phrase to trigger a YouTube video, because sometimes you may do a keyword search, you're not going to see any video on the first page. You can check the second page if you see one there, that's also good. So you want to make sure that it at least has a video listing, because sometimes Google just is weird and they won't like to rank a video for whatever reason. So you just want to check for that video thumbnail. Alright, so it's a good sign. We see that on page 1 we have a video already ranking here, optimized for video SEO, so I have no issue going for that. Alright, that's pretty much what you want to do in step 1. Alright, in step 2 we're going to focus on on-page optimization. Now this is very important. This is your on-page for your video SEO, and whenever you set up your video through YouTube, this is what you're going to enter. So I like to use a little tool called TubeTycoon. My friend Andy actually made this tool, and it's actually really good. I use it for all the videos that we make, and it'll help you narrow down your tags, your title, and your meta description. And it looks something like this. So you just open it up, and you can also do some niche research in here as well, and look at your competitor's YouTube video to see what you need to do to beat it. I'm not going to get into this now, but if you pick this tool up, it's very powerful, has a lot of features. so you can really get into the weeds as to what you need to do. But as a general rule of thumb, to just quickly get a video up and try to rank it, you could just skip to generate optimized video tags, and you would just enter your target keyword. In this case, I'm just going to put video, or excuse me, YouTube SEO. Okay, whoop, there it is. And for broad niche keyword, you could actually put in just SEO here if you wanted to. You could put in YouTube SEO again, really, if you wanted to as well. You could spell it out, put search engine optimization. You could put video SEO. So there's a bunch of different options here that you could do. I'll put search engine optimization just as a frame of reference here. And if you wanted to, you could also do a search for brand names for the keyword or retrieve names of experts for the keyword. This doesn't really apply to what I want to do, but if you were, I guess an example for this would be if you were trying to rank something for, let's just say like a nutraceutical, something like Garcinia Cambogia, and Dr. Oz was involved, so he would be an expert and that sort of thing. And if you're trying to rank for a geographic location, local search, this is where you would enter that in. Okay, but I'll go ahead and generate tags. I'll let that run. You just want to click it once and just wait a little bit. And what it's doing is it's trying to look at all these different videos that are optimized for these phrases, and it's going to pull them out. So target keywords, and you can start selecting them. I'm going to stay away from things with a year tied to them unless it's 2015. Just because they're a little outdated and it's not necessary, because no one's probably searching for YouTube SEO 2014. And you can just click all the ones that you like, and then you have broad keywords, and you can click on the ones that you like for that as well. I'm just kind of not looking, I'm just willy-nilly and clicking for the most part. And brand keywords and local keywords, if we had any, they would be here. And then I always want to include the original keywords. I suggest you do the same. So you're just going to go ahead and generate the tag string. So you have this right here, and you can go ahead and just copy this and then paste it in a notepad file just so you have it for later when we actually will use it in the video. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is get the title. All right, same tool. You just go to step 2 here, and you can leave the defaults in that you just used. It'll remember it. And the source, you can use YouTube or Google, but we're just going to use YouTube for this. And you know what, actually I'm going to try Google just to see what it does, because I usually just stick with YouTube, but that's fine. So optimize it, let it analyze it, and it's pulling out some information here. We'll let it run for a little bit. Alright, so that finished running, and now we have a bunch of titles, and this is where you start to generate your title that you want to go with, and then you can calculate the video title strength. You don't have to go by this to a T. It's kind of a guideline though, and it helps you. So you can look at the different keywords that are highlighted, which are the most important. It'll tell you your target percentage and your actual percentage of what you have. And for, let's just say I want this title to be, and I kind of put one in here earlier, we could say that's what I'm going for, and you can calculate the title strength. So right now my SEO score is 72% with this title. Alright, and you can keep playing around with it, and you might want to add some different things in here so right now it's telling me, guide, the target is 1.32% in the title, and I have 0%. So if I were to put in guide here, and then I calculate video strength now, so it just went up a little bit. Okay, now of course the title is a little shorter than I guess it could be based on that, so the percentage is higher until I dilute this with other keywords if I wanted to. It's not necessary. So this is a guideline, not a rule, but you should look at your SEO score and just make sure it's not complete garbage. As long as you have the basic ideas here, you should be fine. Alright, so I've already determined my title. I'm just going to continue with this though, to step 3. Now this is where you're going to do the video description. Alright, that's very important, and in my experience, I think you should keep this as long, you want it to be fairly long, because that helps. And when you're writing your description, write it so a human can read it. Don't just stuff it full of nonsense keywords, which sometimes people do. You can do that, but you're ultimately trying to get clicks to your URL. So what I like to do is I'll start out with the first phrase I'm optimizing for. So I'll say YouTube SEO is great way to drive leads and conversions to your website. All right, or you could say for your website. View or visit full guide at, and then you could put your URL, whatever it may be. Okay, because if you're, what is your call to action here with the video? What are you ultimately trying to do? Okay, it might be a phone number. That's fine as well. And then when you start writing the description itself, you want to start looking at these words here and trying to throw them in there in sentence format though, and then you'll be able to calculate your video strength. So right now I'm only at just about 40%, and you can see I've used YouTube, I've used SEO, I have nothing about video, nothing about tips, nothing about videos, I have guide in there. All right, so you want to play with that and you want to optimize based on this. You don't need to use all of them because some of them don't make sense because, all right, Melbourne, you wouldn't use that because this is not Australia that we're trying to rank for. And that's pretty much the guideline that I go with that. Once you're done with that and you're happy with the SEO score, just copy your description and put it in another notepad file and save it. So we'll have you're going to have your tags, you're going to have your title, and you're going to have your meta description now. Then we go into step 3. Now here's the thing that is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a secret, but a lot of people don't know about the power of creating a live YouTube event and going from that. So what I mean by that is, and I'll show you. So I'm on youtube.com, and what you want to do is you're just gonna go to my channel, click on Video Manager, and then from Video Manager here on the left side you can see live events. All right, so you click on that and you say I don't have any upcoming live events, so you can schedule a new event. All right, and here's where you're going to put your title that we took, and I'll go through some of that now. I already started populating this on another page. Okay, so you can see here I've already put the title in, YouTube SEO, the secret 5-step formula, and I put this in here is more like a to generate high click-through rate, because people sometimes their eyes will see the revealed in parentheses or new, whatever kind of catch highlighted message that kind of just breaks up the norm of the title. And you could set whatever time here you want. This is where you're going to paste your description. You can see mine's fairly long. It's long enough and it reads well. And I'm probably going to put some more stuff in here. I'm probably going to put like the 5 steps that I'm doing right now actually. And here are all the tags, so you'll just paste those in here in comma format and it'll automatically break them up into this format here. And then what you can do is you can also add a message to your video, so you may want to just copy and paste the title and put it in here. That's optional. You don't have to do that. If you don't want to do that, just deselect the Google option, and then you're fine. So once you get done with all of that, what you want to do is just go ahead and hit create event. And okay, the YouTube SEO event is scheduled. You can go ahead and upload a thumbnail if you want. It's probably a good idea to do so. And I already have an image, so I'm going to go ahead and just find that now. Here it is. I'm going to upload that. Let that go. So, okay, I've added the image. So I'm going to go to cards, and this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it can help. So let that load. Come on. So on this page, you can go ahead and click Add Card, and you want to add an associated website. You can click Create, and then enter whatever URL you're going to put this on. So I'm going to put this on dananton.com/YouTube-SEO. And if you don't have your domain already associated, you can go through settings and go ahead and get that added. And then for an image, I'm going to use the same image I just used before. YouTube SEO, go ahead and add that. For the title, I'm going to use the same one that I'm optimizing the video for. YouTube SEO, secret 5-step formula revealed. Okay. Call to action. This can be whatever you really want it to be. Let me see. Learn the or actually I'm going to put click to reveal, and for the teaser text, I'm just going to put learn the 5 unfair steps to rank. Nope. I'll just leave it at that. Learn the 5 unfair steps. And I'll click create card. And we now have that associated. So if you've configured that correctly, when you go over to your live control room, you shouldn't see any error messages, and you should see an option to preview. And if you click that, you can go ahead and just click OK. And it's going to take a minute to prepare the live stream. In the meantime, what you can do is click on View on Watch Page. And this URL here, let's go ahead and copy that. And we're going to come back over to TubeTycoon. And we're going to go to the main section and click on Promote Your YouTube Video. Now this is the URL we're going to enter here. And the broad keyword, I'm just going to enter YouTube SEO for the broad keyword. And under category, I'll select advertising and marketing. And then for the title, these can be things like how to, or methods to, or best ways to. It's whatever you really want to do for that. And then you can see, and then for this field, you can put something like rank a YouTube video, methods to, we'll just say methods to use YouTube SEO, best ways to rank YouTube videos. Oh, see, this one's messed up. Fix that. And once that's done, you can go ahead and click Promote Video, and you're only going to click it one time. And let that run. I'll pause it here and come back when it finishes. Okay, so I'm back now and that finished. And basically what happened was TubeTycoon created a series of blog posts and content related to video SEO and YouTube SEO, and just gives us a summarized report of what it all did. So we have 6 embeds and 5 backlinks, which is usually enough to jumpstart the ranking process of this video. Okay, so back over here in PowerPoint, we have step 3, and we created the live event for the YouTube event, and we enter all the information to promote the video, which we also already did. So you're going to go back over to TubeTycoon like we did and use the promote tool with the generated URL. So that step is also complete. Okay, so in step 5, this is kind of the secret sauce to ranking your video on the first page of Google. And what we need to do in order to complete that task is to boost the click-through rate, the views, and your social signals. And we use a tool called crowdsearch.me in order to do that. Now, this is a tool I developed. It's technically closed, but I'm going to allow some people to get in now if you go via this link. So crowdsearch.me/VIP. And essentially, this tool will harness the power of real people to click through the search listings, find your video, your listing, click on it, and then add some social signals to it. It's extremely powerful. And if you go to this link, you can see all the reviews and the write-ups on it. I'm not going to get into the details of it now, but here is a quick little once-over of what the tool can do. So it's a web-based system which allows you to enter your website and keywords so that the CrowdSearch Army can organically search for your site and boost your rank. And we have thousands of real people. It's very simple to use. And we now support Google, Bing, Yahoo, and YouTube internal search, which is extremely powerful, especially since we're doing a YouTube video for this. All right, so I'm just going to show you an inside look at what that tool is. And if we go over to here, here is a look at the dashboard for CrowdSearch, and it's very simple. We're just going to add a new campaign. We're just going to call it Dan YouTube SEO. The URL, which I grabbed from watching that actual page, this is the URL we promoted in TubeTycoon. You're going to click exact because we want to make sure that we're not going to click on a different person's video that falls within youtube.com, since it's a broad domain that can encompass lots of different videos. We want to make sure it's only ours. And then the keyword we want to optimize for, we'll just put in our main keyword here, YouTube SEO. All right. And we're going to select Google, we're going to select Bing, Yahoo, and YouTube. Now you can select or deselect however you want. For the purpose of this, I like to select all 4 search engines. And then you can also select the country specific URL domain for that search engine. So if you're going for google.com or you want to target Australia, we have that option. There's lots of options here. And same goes for YouTube, Bing, and Yahoo. YouTube, we only have youtube.com right now, and Yahoo, we have one for the UK, but we're always growing and tweaking these. It's mostly based on our keyword tracker because we have internal keyword tracking as well. All right, you're going to go ahead and just set this up the way I have it and click Next Step. Now sometimes this takes up to 2 minutes to complete, so I'm going to pause it right here and let it load. Okay, so we're back now and it got all that information, and as I expected, there's no keyword rank to start just because we just created this video. But we can go ahead and leave it the way it is and it's fine. So right now we have no rank for Google, Bing, Yahoo, or YouTube. And it'll track it every day and update this current rank, and then it'll tell you your best rank for the week and the month as well. And over here you have the search volume for each search engine for that keyword phrase that we've targeted. Now the configuration, what we want to do here is internal browsing, we leave that on. And then for random browsing, I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to specify the URL we want to go to here. So what I've done, and we'll go to the actual URL that the page is going to be on, is we want to have a good click-through rate to our target URL here, which is to my website for this guide. And so basically what's going to happen is someone's going to search for YouTube SEO, try to find this listing, they're going to watch this video for a while, and then eventually going to click this link. Okay, that's a very powerful click-through rate to your money site. So that tiered 1-2 structure is very important. Now bounce back, we can leave that on or off. I'm just going to disable it for now. What that means is the person searching may or may not click on a listing next to yours and then bounce off of it just to show that their listing was not relevant, and then yours would be the next one that they visit, showing that it is relevant. But we'll just disable that for now. Social sharing, we want to add some retweets for the month, so we'll just say we'll do 30 retweets for the month, we'll do 20 favorites for the month, we'll have 100 likes for the month, and let's do like 50 shares for the month. And smart rank, we can go ahead and leave that on, and what it does is it'll try to optimize how many searches to give your listing per day or for the month as well. If you want to disable it, you can manually set this. So let's say I want to have around 1,500 searches for the month for Google, and then I want the minutes on the site to be, we'll just max it out at 7, and then it breaks down how many credits you expect to spend per day and then for the month. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just set this one up for 1,000 search boosts for the month, and then it will randomize that each day and allocate that for the searchers coming to the listings. And then what you want to do is just click save, and you're done.